All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Saturday. We've got 9 NBA games. We've got like 8 college bowl games. Yeah, we got a lot of sports, and we've got 3 NFL games. So I am going to run through the NBA. We're going to talk about the NFL, lightly touch on some bowl games, and I'll give you guys my best bets. But if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, absolutely free. Join the Discord. It is free as well. Gave out a few NBA parlays. Gave out 3. We hit 2 of the 3. Should have been 3 of the 3. We'll talk about that in the recap here in a second. But good day, man. We were in there just kind of sweating out bowl games. It was fun as hell. So if you like talking about sports and just shooting the breeze, jump in there. All right. So recap yesterday. Wild day. That was weird. There was an ejection. 3 players got ejected in the Mavericks Suns game. 2 of those 3 were on our betting card, so that was highly unlucky. We had Nurkic over 2.5 assists. He had 2 assists right away. He was actually the first player to get 2 assists, and he got kicked out, so didn't get the third. We had PJ Washington over rebounds, just a beautiful spot with Lively getting ruled out. He was also ejected. So of the 3 plays we missed, 2 of them were ejections. So, but overall, pretty good day. We went 5-3 on NBA plays. We went 3-2 on college football plays, I believe. Texas A&M, like, holy cow, how'd you lose that? That was pretty wild. That was sad. But it is what it is. Texas Tech looked like garbage. That was just, bad read. So it is what it is. Let's talk through these NBA games in the NFL and get you guys on your way. So Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks. We see Hawks minus 2.5 at home. I don't mind it. Like I said, this Heat team is just relying on the threes. Their output has been really poor. So give me Atlanta minus 2.5. I think the over-under, I don't want to trust it because, like I said, Miami's just too streaky with the threes. I don't want to touch that. So Oklahoma City Thunder and the Charlotte Hornets. OKC minus 12.5. Again, not one I want to touch on a 9-game slate. OKC is just not blowing teams out of the water. Hornets could get hot with the shooting. I would lean OKC minus 12.5. Sharper lean towards the over 218.5. New York Knicks and the Washington Wizards, same thing. This total is way too damn high. 227.5 seems like a pretty good over-under. So I would go more towards that or Washington plus 13. Bucks and the Bulls. Will we get Giannis back? Will we get Lillard back? I don't know. They're both game time decisions. I would assume we see one of the two, if not both. Minus 3.5 against this Bulls team with Lillard and Giannis. Give me Milwaukee minus 3.5 in this spot. Maybe drop that down to a pick 'em and just take the 155, to be honest. But I like this spot. Over under. This is a pretty low over under for a Bulls game, honestly. That's because the Bucks play at a fairly slow pace, whereas the Bulls play at a pretty quick, frantic pace. So don't really want to touch a 229.5 with the Bucks team. Suns and the Warriors, still no Devin Booker. He's going to be out a few more games, want to understand. Obviously, we're not going to have Nurkic because his dumbass got ejected. So we'll have Mason Plumlee at center and probably Royce O'Neal kind of rotating in there maybe. Phoenix plus 5.5 against a Golden State team that's without Steph Curry. Like I said, I don't like the way they look. I don't like Dennis Schroeder and how it's affecting the rotations. I don't like Podzimski or whatever his name is. So give me Phoenix plus 5.5, I guess. But this is a pretty crap game that I don't personally want to touch. Probably lean more towards the under 219.5, to be honest with you. Pistons and the Nuggets. Nuggets coming off a nice win last night. I had Joker triple-double at plus 200, which was a very nice hit that actually cashed by the end of the third quarter. So at least I didn't have to sweat that. Detroit plus 5.5. I kind of like it on a Denver back-to-back night at home. I just feel like Joker kind of takes the night off. I feel like when he plays bad teams, his effort is just not there. Give me Detroit plus 5.5. I like this play, actually. Philadelphia and Utah. Got to scroll down for y'all. My bad. All right, so Philadelphia and Utah. This will probably surprise everyone, but Embiid's a game-time decision. I don't know, might run out of Tampax. I'm not real sure. He might not play. we're not playing any Embiid's overs. I do like the over 3.5 assists, but I am not playing that. I hate this Philadelphia team, but this Jazz team's so bad. They're a little better at home. If Embiid plays, I like Philadelphia -6.5 easy on this line. So give me that spot there. Mavericks and the Trailblazers, no Luka. We're getting Kyrie 6.5 assist again. Thank you. I mean, just please keep giving us the 6.5 line. He'll probably hit it eventually, but I will keep hitting it until he does. Give me Dallas -4.5. This line is just too low against a Trailblazers team that's just not good. Even without Luka, this is still a pretty good team, and without PJ Washington, who I assume won't be playing today, but we'll see. Sacramento Kings and the Lakers. Lakers have won 2 straight versus the Kings. Kings fired their coach Mike Brown, so you've got an interim head coach in there. No surprise, AD and LeBron are game time decisions like always. I fully expect them to play, so give me the Lakers -2.5. Just too much stuff going on with this Kings team right now, so I like them in that spot. All right, let's talk about NFL. So 3 games today. Pretty flat, man. I mean, I see this pretty square. I don't like that the line keeps creeping up in this Chargers game. I do have some concerns here. New England just simply playing for pride. Chargers need to win one of their last 2 games. So they got to win this week or next week to get into the playoffs. So I do think because of that, I do like the Chargers -6. Lean towards the over 42.5. I think Drake May starting, he's been looking pretty good for the past several weeks. But I think both teams should be able to move the ball. Weather's going to be really good in these 3 games today. Surprisingly warm here in Cincinnati. It's going to be almost 60 with maybe a little bit of rain, but damn good day for this time of the year. And in New England, it's going to be in the low 40s, so slight chance of rain there as well, but overall quite warm. Give me the Chargers -6. I kind of hate it, but definitely one where I'll end up taking Chargers -3 and then drop the over and then simply just kind of parlay those 2 together. Next game, Broncos and the Bengals. I mean, this line opened pretty high and it's been bought down all the way to -3. I do like the Bengals in this spot. This is a game. Bengals have a very, very outside shot of making the playoffs, but one of them revolves on Denver losing this week and next week. They need the Chargers to lose. So I like the Bengals to get the job done today. Over Denver, I just think at home, I think Joey B has a very nice day. Chase Brown's rushing line's a little high against the Denver team, but if we just kind of look, the books thinks he's going to have a great day. So I'm on board with it. I would lean more towards the over 50.5. I mean, Bengals defense has not exactly been stellar. And I think the Bengals are going to throw some points up on the board today. So give me the Bengals here -3. I don't even mind it at -3.5, but obviously it gets a little scary beyond that. All right, last game on the card, Arizona Cardinals and the Rams. This is indoor, so we don't have to worry about the weather. Ironically, it is going to be warmer in Cincinnati than Los Angeles today. That's pretty crazy. Cardinals just gut-wrenching loss last week to not make the playoffs. How are they going to come into this week? I don't know. I know I can't put my faith in the Arizona Cardinals team that has not been able to stop anybody. I just think they should come out a little bit flat. The Rams have looked pretty good. I mean, after a pretty crappy start to the year, they've really turned it around. I mean, Puka's been an absolute beast. We really haven't heard much from Kupp over the past couple of weeks. Obviously, he's there. I think Kyron Williams has a very nice day. Give me the Rams -6.5. So pretty square plays, to be honest with you. Yeah, nothing crazy there. Let's get into some bowl games. We'll talk about them a little bit. Only got a few plays in the bowl games. Obviously, all these plays have already been given out in the Discord. It's another reason to join. You get it before when the lines move. UConn and the Tar Heels. I think UConn's going to be a pretty popular play today. I think UConn money line is going to be really popular. I'm going to fade the public. I'm going to go North Carolina -2.5. I know they've got some issues, and I think this UConn team could stand a chance, but give me North Carolina to get the win there. Boston College and Nebraska. Nebraska's got their set of issues with the transfer portal like everybody else, but Bill O'Brien's done a hell of a job with this Boston College team. I think 3.5 is too much, so I do like Boston College plus 3.5. I'll probably end up sprinkling a little bit on the money line here. I do think Boston College can just get the outright win. Louisiana and TCU. I think this line's pretty appropriately placed at -10. I would say you got to take TCU -10 in this spot. I really don't see a spot to take the Raging Cajuns here, in my opinion. Next game, Iowa State and Miami. I think it's highly unlikely Cam Ward plays today. I think there's points scored. This Miami team is just defensively horrendous. I would lean towards the over 57.5. Probably take Iowa State plus the points too. All right, Red Hawks and Colorado State. So Gabbert, the QB for Miami, is going to be without 2 of his top wide receivers. So I do think that plays a pretty significant impact here. I hate MAC teams. I just hate their games. Miami is a local team here for me. I would lean towards the over 40.5 and Colorado State +3. I would jump this to +3. I think you can get +3. I think it's on the card. It's like -120 something, -130, but I do like Colorado State +3. East Carolina Pirates versus North Carolina State Wolfpack. Kind of a weird year for North Carolina State. There was a lot of hope and expectations coming into the season. They had the McCall kid that transferred in. They had a lot of receiving talent. Obviously, he got hurt. I think he just like flat out retired. I would say give me East Carolina a +7. I like the way they've looked coming down the stretch, so I think they get the job done today. I actually think they could possibly win this game as well. All right, BYU and the Buffs. This is going to be a popular play today just because people are going to want to bet on Colorado. So I would say Colorado's defensively pretty damn bad. I would lean towards the over here, but ultimately give me Colorado -3. We know that they're going to have Shador. They're going to have Travis. So I think they're in a good spot here. Give me Colorado -3. And then our last game is going to be the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs and the Army Black Knights. I would love this line at 13.5, 14.5 gives me some trepidation, but I think Army's able to move the ball. I think they're able to put up points. I wouldn't mind looking at their team total over. I want to say it's like 28.5. I'd probably just bump it to 30.5 at plus money. But I do think they're able to move the ball. I think they can put points on the board. I like the over 43.5. So that's probably one of those where I'd bump Army down a little bit, maybe -10 and take like an over 38, something like that to get some plus value there. So that is how I see that. Let's talk about the card and we'll get you guys on your way. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe and let's talk about these plays. So first play on the card is going to be Domantas Sabonis over 5.5 assists. It's a tight line. He's over this in 10 of 12 versus the Lakers. He is over this in every single game away versus the Lakers. So he's 5 for 5. He had 9 assists on December 19th and then turned around and had 5 on December 21st. So I do like him to go over. Mikal Bridges under 3.5 rebounds. He's only over this line in 2 of his last 10 and 6 of his last 20. Washington allows the 6th fewest rebounds to the small forward position. He just doesn't aggressively go after any boards. You've got Josh Hart and you've got Cat out there grabbing boards. Him and Jalen Brunson just kind of hang out. You've also got OG Anunoby in there grabbing boards. So you got 3 guys grabbing boards. The only way he's going to get them if they fly right to him. So I like the odds here. I don't love that I'm taking 3 bets on a Washington game when there's such a huge disparity in the spread, but this is just value plays. Bilal Coulibaly, I like his over in assist and rebounds. So his assist, he's over this in 10 straight. He's over this in 12 of his last 13 games. I've been on most of these games. I love it. My only concern, he stresses me out because he'll either get assist early and then he'll go a quarter or 2 without getting them, or he gets them at the very end. So it has been a sweat. I also like his over 4.5 rebounds. This line should be 5.5, not 4.5. He's over this in 7 straight, 8 of his last 9. So I do think there is a value in those. Next play is going to be AD under 44.5 PRA. This is on DK. This is at 42.5 on most books. So we are getting a nice little bump here. He's only over this line in 2 of his last 10. He's only over this line in 1 of 10 versus Sacramento. Dude has been having some injuries. I don't even trust that he's going to play a full game. So give me his under PRA for sure. And then our last NBA play is going to be Kyrie under 6.5 assists. Like I said, they keep giving me this line. I'll keep hitting it. It's only over this in 2 of his last 10, 3 of his last 20. So we're only getting this discount or value because Luka's not in the lineup, but he hasn't shown he can hit it. So absolutely give that to me. NFL, let's talk about that. Ladd McConkey for the Chargers over 5.5 receptions. I also don't mind over 69.5 receiving yards over on BetMGM. He's over his receiving or his receptions line in 4 of his last 5 games. They're going to have to air it out today, so I do like him to go over that. You've got J.K. Dobbins, who is coming back off of injury. I don't think they're going to run him into the ground. And you've got Gus Edwards, who I don't believe is playing. So good spot for Herbert to be throwing the ball. Next one's going to be Bengals -3 square play, but I like him to get the job done. Rams -6.5, and then give me Chase Brown for the Bengals anytime touchdown. -145 on FanDuel. Little juiced, but this is sitting at like 200 or more on other books. So I like him to find some end zone action today. Also don't mind Jamar Chase. Some other TD folks I liked. Let's see. I like Connor to find a touchdown. Almost thought about putting Kyron Williams to get 2 touchdowns on here. I think he definitely gets 1, and I think there's a really good chance he gets 2. So almost made the card. But those are my plays, guys. You can see we're also going to be doing day 2 of our ladder challenge on FanDuel. So if you want to join in on that, just click the link below for the Discord. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video.